massive update in the Wolves world, and a lot of it, unfortunately, is bad news, even though we had a really positive result against West Ham in the Cup, coming from behind. Finally, Wolves get a win, but today we've got to talk about it. Strand Larsen, massive updates on him and his potential move to Newcastle. Uche, this one is not looking good. I'll talk about all the drama with that. One positive though is that Krejci from Girona will be a Wolves player unless something crazy happens, and there's updates on Hwang. There's another link, and I want to talk a little bit about Andre as well. So let's start. I think we've got to start with the big one, haven't we? Strand Larsen. To be fair to the Express Star, people accuse me of criticising them too much, so I'm going to give them their props here. They did come out with this story first a few weeks ago that Newcastle were interested in Strand Larsen, and then the other day it was revealed that they offered £50 million. Wolves said no, he is not for sale. TalkSport reported that Wolves are firmly saying he's not for sale, so they've rejected the £50 million bid. And then, after he scored his 2 goals against West Ham in the Carabao Cup, they offered £55 million. Again, the bid was rejected, but the worrying part for me is that it's reported by Indicator, is it, on X, who some people say is a bit unreliable, but Sky Sports have referenced him. Rio Ferdinand replied to him the other day saying, "Good work, bro." So they've actually got legit sources. They're saying that Strand Larsen has told Wolves he wants to join Newcastle, but he wants to do it and leave on good terms. And then Vitor Pereira, in his press conference after the game, was asked by a journalist about him. He said, "I know what's in his mind, but he's committed to the club. Football is football. Every player has a price." It's not looking good. And I've gone from firmly believing that Wolves are going to reject all offers to being extremely worried that he'll be a Newcastle United player before the September 1st deadline. And for me, because we haven't got time to get a replacement in to score goals and be our number 9, like he has done last season and as he did the other night against West Ham, I think it really puts our survival hopes into jeopardy. It really does. He is that important, and you can't blame him for wanting to go to Newcastle, a Champions League club in the Champions League, pushing top 4, got a lot of ambition, and he's at a club at the moment that unfortunately hasn't got that much ambition apart from trying to survive the drop. Makes me laugh though, because Newcastle United fans have been crying at Liverpool for them wanting Isak and him obviously refusing to train and things like that. I don't think Larsen will do that, but it just makes me laugh how hypocritical the Newcastle fan base have been in this situation. And now Newcastle are doing it to us, and they've also done it with Wissa of Brentford. But yeah, so that's the latest on Strand Larsen. Things can develop so fast, and when you're watching this, something else might have been updated. There might have been a third bid rejected, but I believe if this gets past the £65 million mark, Wolves will accept this offer, and he will be a Newcastle United player. And it's such a rare thing as well, because we only signed him permanently this summer, including the loan fee we paid last summer. It's about 25.5 million. So we're going to triple our money in the space of 2 months, which obviously Jeff Shee will love. But he's going to get undoubtedly barrages of abuse off Wolves fans if this sale is to go through, and I'm worried it will. But if the player wants to move on, it's a tough situation, and Vitor seems quite accepting of the fact that he's going to go, just from judging off the words he said. So let's see how that ends. Next story, Uche from Getafe. He played in the game against Sevilla the other night. Everything again from between the clubs was agreed. The fee, €20 million. Their president come out and said, yeah, he's going to the Premier League. But then all of a sudden, Uche himself and his agent have blocked the move. They're not happy with George Mendes, the super agent's involvement. They don't want him to go to Wolves because of that reason. They think he's getting too much money. I think this is more Uche's agent than him himself. I don't think he's actually got a problem with Wolves, which has been quoted. But now Crystal Palace are in the race for him. because obviously they wanted Hwang, but Hwang is staying at Wolves. That's 100%. He was captain for Wolves in the Carabao Cup. Fabrizio said he's staying. Vitor said he wants him to be here. He defended him for missing a penalty and having a bad performance, saying his granddad passed away. He was going to go to Korea because his granddad passed away, but he decided to stick around, and Vitor praised him for that. But yeah, Palace, they want Uche. They're in the race, and it looks like that deal will not happen. I said the other day when it looked like it was going to go through, I said, look, it looked like it's going to happen, but things can change in the Wolves world, as we know. And it's happened a lot this window. We've had a lot of players turn us down, but this time it seems to not be Wolves' fault. It seems to be George Mendes' influence in the deal, I believe, and he's an awkward agent. So that at the moment could change. It looks like that won't be happening, so Wolves have got to go for other targets in not long to go now, less than a week. Also, Krejci from Girona, this one's gone on and on and on. We know he played in the 5-0 loss, mentioned it last video. His medical is booked to be done, and I'm 95% sure he will be a Wolves player for 30 million euros. It's a 7 million pound loan fee, then basically an obligation to buy when appearances are triggered, which will take it up to 30 million when we pay the extra 23 next summer. So a bit like we do with Larsen, you pay a fee and then you pay for him permanently to come. So he'll be coming. There's one in. We need another 3. If Larsen goes, we need more. But yeah, so it's incredible. But another thing I wanted to mention as well is with all this going on and players being unsettled, Andre reportedly, this could be complete hearsay, and this is just fan debate and fan rumours, this one, so take it with a pinch of salt. This is all alleged. Allegedly, Andre has fell out with Vitor and Jeff, apparently, because he was promised that Wolves would keep their best players and try and get better players to push towards Europe and things like that. That's how they sold him to come to Wolves last summer. Obviously, that hasn't happened. Apparently, Cunha had the same attitude, which is why he was really difficult to deal with. Gary O'Neill's come out and said how hard Cunha was to deal with. And yeah, I think that was one of the main reasons why. So that's why Andre got dropped. Apparently, it weren't just because he weren't performing that well in training, but that might be why he wasn't. But, you know, interesting stuff. And if that is true, that's very, very worrying. But he did start in the Carabao Cup, and I thought he did okay. So let's hope that's put to bed. And yeah, this week is absolutely huge. Like, we've got a massive game against Everton coming up the weekend, which we need to win to kick off our Premier League campaign, to get our first win, first 3 points. And then obviously the window closes the 1st of September, and we need players, man, because especially if Larsen goes, we're going to be in big, big trouble. Some positives though. Chachua looks good, really good. John Adias, been a bit quiet, but starting to grow into it. And yeah, it's going to be so mad. Buckle yourself in, because this next week I'm going to probably be doing 2 videos a day, I reckon, because it's going to change so much. And wow. It is absolutely insane what's going on at this club. We are linked with a 22-year-old Patrick Mercado, but we'll talk more about him if anything progresses. But at least we're linked with a midfielder. And Fabio Silva, we keep thinking he's going to Dortmund, 5-year deal, 25 million euros. But apparently now AC Milan are also interested. But as I've said many times, by the end of this window, he'll probably be leaving. But if Larsen goes, we might need to keep him. Who knows? But yeah, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with the Wolves news and get my opinion on the Wolves news as it comes in thick and fast. Comment your thoughts down below, particularly on the Strand Larsen news. And I'll catch you all next video. Woo, cheers everyone.